Greg Afarian here, gregafarian.com and Virtual Media Realty, your full-service realtor in the Andover, North Andover area, Essex County, Merrimack Valley, Greater Boston. How you doing? Hope you're well. So I'm doing my market report, news, and stocks that are interesting to me the week of the 19th through the 23rd. And pretty good week on Wall Street, actually. Right now, the Dow is up 52 points at 11,180 points or so. And pretty good regarding, the market versus what had happened last week with this whole Goldman Sachs, mortgage crisis, subprime fraud, if you may. And so that's good. That's actually a really positive sign that the market's basically shrugging that off. So that's good. This week we had a lot of key economic information regarding home sales. New home sales came out this week, and when we're talking about this, we mean new home sales that have gone under contract. And March saw an increase of nearly 27%. It was 26.9%. And that was actually the largest increase since 1960. So that was a huge number. February, in comparison, was down 4.1%. Now, a lot of analysts were saying that, they were trying to figure if this had a lot to do with the tax buyer, the tax credit that home buyers are getting. And I'd be remiss to say if it wasn't. I mean, that's quite a huge number, and I think that people are rushing to, take advantage of this. Now, whether or not those actually close, that's another issue, and that we'll see when existing home sales come out next month. And for March, existing home sales came out this week. They rose 6.8%, which was, again, another good number. Inventories was down, and now there's only an 8-month supply of inventory. What I thought was interesting with these numbers was that investors represented 19% of sales. All cash buyers, this is a really interesting number. All cash buyers represent 27% of all sales going on right now. That's such a huge number, and it's a little interesting because, if you think about that, interest rates are at lows, almost all-time lows. So 27% of all deals out there are being done through all cash buyers. And 35% account for distressed properties, short sales, foreclosures, things like that. So some interesting data there. And we love data. Some other interesting news. National Association of Realtors came out with a survey that said first-time home buyers account for 44% of all purchases going on in March. And I thought that was a huge number. First-time home buyers, 44% of all purchases. I guess really for me, the question is what is really going to happen when the home buyer tax credit is taken off the table at the end of this month. And I think that's a really huge $64,000 question. In this area in Massachusetts, anything really 300 and below, it really doesn't exist, in, say, Andover, North Andover. So a part of me really wonders did that really have a big impact in this area? And I would say probably not. So going forward, I think interest rates are going to have a lot to do with the pulse of the real estate market. 30-year fixed rates did well. 30-year fixed rates this week went down to 5.04%, and that was down from last week's 5.17%. And the 15-year also decreased to 4.34% from last week's 4.45%. So that's positive. Stocks to watch, Apple had a killer week this week. up again. Last time I checked, it was up above $275, and I was saying, geez, buying a stock like that, at its all-time high, it's a little scary. I still feel that way. I don't know. I love Apple. I love their products. They're awesome. And actually, I think they passed Microsoft in the S&P 500 for the most valued stock. So I would still keep an eye on that, but be very, very cautious. Google, RIMM. RIMM, yeah, the BlackBerry isn't as good as the iPhone, but still businesses use the RIMM platform. And Valero, I do like Valero. And if the economy is going to be doing well, you might want to look at some transportation stocks. Again, I mentioned that because, as goes the economy, so you have to ship things. So, transportation stocks like CSX might be a good play. But pretty good week this week. Let me know if you need any help in real estate. If you have any properties you'd like to see, if you want to check out anything, please let me know. On our site, virtualmediarealty.com, we do have a link there that you could search the MLSs in your area, properties for sale. Greg Afarian, gregafarian.com, and Virtual Media Realty. Hope you have a great weekend. Greg Afarian out for now. Take care. That's Monty.